not just make a fanfic? It's pointless to come up with all these characters and all this backstory and then use Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like, it shows you have creative potential to give us a story, but you're not using it. You're still using Sonic as an idea. If you'd, like, and trust me, it will save you flaming on YouTube especially. If you were to create a fanfic, people will be more constructive about it. There'll be people who will say, yeah, this actually sounds good, or maybe you could do this better, or you can do that better. But more or less, when you post some sort of Sonic the Hedgehog fanfic that is inserting your own character into the Sonic the Hedgehog mythos, you're going to get flamed on the internet. I don't see how people just don't know that already. I mean, come on, that's just general knowledge. But anyway, why the delusion? See, once these people have created these characters and given them a backstory, they believe that because of that backstory that's been assigned to their character, that it's an original character. And in some senses, it can be true. Because, like, I mean, I understand characters with different backstories aren't the same as other characters with different backstories, even how you read into it. So you can say there is some originality into it, but you have to see that if they're believing that the backstory makes the character original, this is wrong, because in most cases that backstory is something that has been done before and it's been done better. But you see, the problem is, at a moment in time they thought of the character, they don't think any further than say what they've already thought of. They don't say, has this been done before? Maybe I can make this story better. Maybe there's something wrong with it. It's this idea of not finishing thought process. In some sense, I see a thought process as you think of an idea, you then consider it and assess the idea. If you like it, you then accept the idea. If you don't, however, you go back and reconsider it, and you continue in a fashion until you've drawn to a conclusion. Now the problem is they seem to skip the consideration and the assessment part of this thought process. They just go straight to, I've thought of an idea, bang, I'll write it down, there we go. You can't do that, because it just makes something shallow. It just makes a shallow story if you're just going to write down the first thing you think of, because then you have nothing really to go on. I mean, if that idea really is that bad, and you're just going to write it down and pass it off as something good, what exactly are you going to get out of it? That is an issue. Now, there are the possibility of people online who can use Recoloured effectively. That is, there are probably people who can draw well, and there are probably people who can write a compelling backstory and give a decent persona to their characters. But as we all know, on the internet, all we see is the piles of the crap and the super predictable backstories, the super predictable designs. For example, if you want a two better example, Blitz the Hedgehog and Bloodshot the Hedgehog, the most erroneous use I've ever seen of the English language. Learn to spell blood, B-L-O-O-D, you idiot. I'm sorry, I just hate bad spelling. Anyway, so what do I say? I say there's an alternative. If you people who like Recoloured so much, love doing them, become a colorist. A colorist is somebody who's there to add color to black and white line art in comics and manga. You seem to like recoloring already existing art. That's perfect for you, isn't it? I mean, hey, somebody's already drawn the art. All you have to do is add color and depth to this already pre-drawn art to make it look that, to give it that something extra. It's like all those colors that you see in the comics. The person who draws the comic draws it all in black and white. Then they'll get somebody else to add in all the color. That person that's coming in to add in the color could be you. You seem to like doing Recoloured so much. Wouldn't that just sound like the perfect thing? Now the point is, I do say that people who draw their artwork, I say, are good. I mean, even though they might recolor work, at least they're drawing, and it means if they were to become an artist, which Recoloured really just cannot. I mean, if you're recoloring work, exactly what art skills are you increasing apart from coloring? But anyway, if they're drawing their artworks, then I commend them on that. I mean, you're improving your art skills. The time it comes for you to show a portfolio of your artwork, you actually have something in it even though it may be artwork that's been copyrighted. So my last point, Recolours can be seen. Recolours, I would conclude, are mostly unoriginal, but they have original elements that seep through sometimes. But the problem is that these original elements aren't fully explored by the authors, meaning that what could have been, say, a good story or good character is just complete bullshit. And that's where the problem lies. I am the TamaX2. That was Recolours, out.